As I've been telling you, we are with Costa Titch all the way from South Africa. So Costa, welcome in the studio.
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm okay, bro. You good?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
How is SA?
It's amazing. It's festive season now, so everybody's outside.
Everywhere outside. So anyways, how was it growing up in South Africa? Like, how is it growing up in South Africa to you?
Honestly, it's amazing. I was blessed to I grew up in a small city called Nelspruit in Mpumalanga, and basically, how can I explain it? It's not like a fast-paced city, so it's not the same as the big-paced cities where everything is busy. And I think that also just allowed me to, and that's basically where I found my talent and my passion for dancing. Before obviously, finishing school and then moving into, the bigger cities and then pursuing dance as a career,
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know how to explain it like properly, but it's like, more than anything, it's really just been an amazing experience. Yeah.
So you talked about the dancing part. So how did you start the career of dancing, of you being a dancer, and how was it being a dancer in South Africa?
Sure. So basically, obviously, it all just started like I think how it starts with most dancers is watching music videos and whatnot, and then you're copying the dance moves of the TV, and then, you land up getting better and better at it. But basically, it got to a point where the dance crew I was in was winning the South African hip hop dance competition. And at that point, it really just got to a point where we were started to get reached out by various corporate companies to do flash mobs and those kind of gigs. And that's basically what kickstarted the career. It started to become less a hobby and more an actual career.
Okay, so let's get back to to your name. Like, how did you come up with Costa Titch as your name?
Sure. So Costa is basically the name I've been called since I was a baby. Funny enough, it's not on my ID, but
Okay.
it's the short version of my full name. And then Titch is basically the nickname that my dad had when he used to play football. So when he passed on, basically when I was on YouTube trying to think of a name for myself in terms of how can I present myself, like choreographed by Costa, and it's like, okay, that's gonna be so basic. I needed to add something out, so I basically took the Titch from my dad's nickname and put that together. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I get it. So what inspired you to be a musician? Like, how did you come up to have from being a dancer also to being a musician that you are right now?
Sure. So, being a dancer, obviously I'd be on set on music videos, dancing on in the music videos, and I'd be backup dancing for various artists and being on stage with them. And it just got to a point where, growing up, you have this kind of vision for yourself and like where you want to go. And I started to see that vision like living more in the artist than it was living in the dancers, because when I would see the artist on stage, it would look exactly like what I had envisioned for myself. But when I looked at the dancers that had been in the industry for like years longer than I have, they weren't necessarily living that kind of life, And that's basically what motivated me to just try and, give music a try. So started getting into studio there and there and trying to make some music, and when we dropped the music, we would get people, like, not, I wouldn't say a lot of people liked it, but like there was a few people that were like saying, yo, it's a really cool vibe. And just, I think from being persistent and being consistent with it, eventually things started to work out.
So you talked about the musician, the musical part. Let's talk about this particular hit you have. This is Big Flexa. How was it? Like, take me through the production of Big Flexa, the name, the other people you collaborated with, why them, and plus also the lyrics of Big Flexa.
Sure. So basically, I don't know how it was, but I think it was like a period of maybe 5 or 6 months where I just kept, because so my fans from day one know that I make like hip hop music, right? And basically, I had like 6 months where I was just listening to Amapiano back to back when we were on the road, when we were traveling, everywhere we would go. I just couldn't stop listening, to Amapiano. And basically, just based from what I told you about the dancing into the music, what inspired me to make music is I wanted to make music that I can dance to, you know. So it just got to a point where I was like, yo, I actually really want to try out. I really want to get into the studio and try and make an Amapiano record. And fortunately, it was a very small gig that I did. It was like a little rooftop event, and I met a guy named Spuda M. All right, and if you look at the title of Big Flexa, he's featured there. And I met him that night, and he literally says to me, he's like, yo, I've got Amapiano beats. And it was just such perfect timing. I'm like, yo, like send the beat through, or send the beats through. And basically, got home that night. I don't think it was that night specifically, but once I got into studio and I played that beat, I had a verse that I'd written while I was on tour, while I was traveling. And the verse just went perfectly with the beat. And next thing you know, that happened to be Big Flexa.
So let's talk about let me say the fame or the trending of Big Flexa. This is a song that is still trending up to now. It has been like most like 1 year still trending. How did you take that, and what do you think led to the trending of Big Flexa?
When it comes to these kind of things, I don't really have the answers because the people decide, and I think that's what really makes a hit record a hit record. You can't really buy a hit record or, force people to like a song, I think what we did was we released the record and, we did our initial marketing, like we would do with any other song. And next thing we knew, we just started getting stats that the song is just picking up and spreading like all over Africa. And I think it was the 3 months in to Big Flexa being out, my YouTube channel got hacked.
Okay.
So the video got taken down, or all my music videos, and all my music was taken down. And it just felt like, I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? We were very stressed, but somebody uploaded the music video, and that while my music was down, their video was running up. It got all the way up to like 500,000 views.
Okay.
And then eventually my channel came back. And once my YouTube channel came back and we managed to recover everything, the song just started going like crazy viral, and just spreading at a rate that like I never thought was possible. So yeah, it's really, I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just, I guess people really just related to the energy and the vibe and the overall aesthetic to the music video. And I think also the music video really played a huge part in helping people understand the vibe and the energy of the song.
So talking about how people reacted to it, this is Amapiano. The genre itself is now mostly common into Africa, but still it started out in South Africa. Do you think you're among the pioneers of Amapiano, or that was something you guys had way before, probably like last year?
Yeah, I can definitely tell you I'm not a pioneer of Amapiano. I'm definitely one of the artists that came from all the hard work that was done from the pioneers, and there are so many out there that really, have really done the groundwork in terms of, establishing the sound and bringing the sound into the music space, Yeah, so I think more than anything, without guys like Maporisa, Kabza, I don't think we would have had the opportunity to be here,
Yeah. So there is you being a rapper, and of course there is also you singing or releasing records of Amapiano. How do you compare that? How's the rap also being featured on Amapiano?
Well, I mean, if you really look at the overall aesthetic of, the Amapiano artists and like the DJs and stuff, like they really do dress like hip hop, So I think it's more than anything, it's just like a whole like blend, and I think it's just like a really like a really truly South African like how can I say it, like it's like a cultural movement, if that makes sense. You know, if you had to ever come to an event here in South Africa and you hear I'm a piano play, you'll understand exactly why, because it really just makes everyone feel so cool. You know, the aesthetic, like it even translates as far as like, you know, what people are drinking in like the club, and you know, that kind of vibe. So it kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, man. It's just really a truly South African experience. Yeah.
Okay. So you now have a song with Diamond Platnumz. He's coming from East Africa. He's from Tanzania. So how did you collaborate with Diamond? Of course, like you've been in Rwanda. Like your concert happened in Rwanda. You had two shows in Rwanda, and then you went to collaborate with Diamond Platnumz. How has Superstar, the song you have with Diamond, how has it been working for you lately?
Sure. I mean, Superstars are only out 10 days now, and the record is doing extremely, extremely well. You know, we've passed 2 million views on YouTube for the music video. And I just really like, you know, more than anything, I really just want to like say that I appreciate Diamond Platinum so much, because, you know, for an artist of his caliber and how big he is as an artist, for how hard he pushes and motivates me to keep marketing the record, it's really just like an inspirational experience, you know, just to realize that, yo, when you do get to those kind of levels, you still have to continue going hard. You know, most people would get that big and then they would relax, you know. So it's really just been an amazing experience working with Diamond. Him and Mbosso have really just become a part of the family. You know, we always staying in touch with one another, and we're always linking up whenever we can. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for them. Yeah.
Okay, you have been having tours across Africa and across the world, but you came to Rwanda. So how was the experience for you being in Kigali?
Oh, it was amazing. I have to say that it really was amazing. I think everybody is super kind. I was fortunate enough to be with DJ Marnard for the duration of that tour, and he really just showed us around and gave us the best kind of experience of Rwanda. And yeah, I don't know how to say it, man. Like, we really just had a great time out there. I love how the country is so clean. I can really see how you guys appreciate your own land and your own people, and also, you know, just to go out at the shows and perform and receive such amazing positive energy, you know, from the fans while we were there. It really was, how can I explain it, an amazing experience to me. Yeah.
Okay, so do you plan to have any song with an artist coming from Rwanda?
At the moment, we don't have anything locked in yet, but definitely next year, I really do want to branch out more and work with more African artists. So yeah, maybe, you never know. Maybe myself and DJ Marnard link up and we do something together. You know.
Okay, all right. Let me just hope that one works out so well. And of course, we're still waiting for that. But still, what does Costa Titch do in his free time? I can say
in my free
PlayStation
time,
upstairs.
I like to relax. I like to relax. This year we have been on tour back to back to back. And for the fans that, you know, follow on social media, you know, they really see that the glory. They see the amazing moments where, you know, we're on stage and we're having a good time. But more than anything, you know, the traveling can really like it can really catch up to you, and it can like affect your health every now and then, you know. So generally, when I get back home, I really just love to, you know, relax, take some time out. If I'm not in studio, you know, spend time with my family, spend time with my friends. Yeah, that's really what I'm be doing in my free time.
Okay. So, who do you look up to? Like, who does Costa Titch look up to musically?
Musically, oh, that's such a broad question. You know, so obviously, like, hip hop is like my first love. So I really have to give it to someone like Travis Scott. I really respect his sonics. He's like, when I listen to his albums, there's like an experience that I get from it that I would really love to see how that process comes about. And then the other person that I also really inspired by is Drake. And the reason for that is just for an artist to stay at the top for such a long time and to maintain such a clean brand and such a great, like, you can tell that he has such a great team and organization behind him. And that's really like what inspires me so much, is just to, hopefully one day get into those kind of spaces and be able to see how these guys are able to, create that kind of ecosystem for themselves and their music. Yeah.
Okay. Talk about, and what's next? What can we wait for coming from Costa Titch?
Sure. So on the 11th of November, I'm dropping my EP titled Mr. Big Flexa. As you guys already heard, Superstars on there, Just Do It is on there, and Big Flex is on there. So yeah, I'm just excited to share an EP with the world, and hopefully, now because basically, to explain to you, since the beginning of this year up until now, I've been performing unreleased music every time I travel. Okay. Right? And a lot of those records are on the EP. So it's basically just been testing out the sounds in the different countries that we've been going to see what the people like the most. And basically we've compiled that together now, and we want to share that kind of experience, in this EP that we're dropping.
Okay, so closing in with our interview, what message can you give to the people from Rwanda? I mean, your fans from Rwanda.
Oh, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate you all. This is honestly a dream come true for me, and I really can't wait to come out there again. If somebody's watching this and you host events, make sure you reach out so that we can come out there and do another show. And I can't wait to see you guys soon.
Okay, so last but not least, can we get an a cappella of Big Flexa?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Nankalagata, Costa, Star like Foka. Yeah, pull up in a beamer. Too much to clean, young Todd. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Costa Titch, thank you so much for taking your time to be with us. And of course, we're waiting for the EP on 11th November. And of course, Superstar and Big Flex and our songs are doing on well. And of course, we hope to see you soon, as you say that you want to be here again.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So that was Costa Titch all the way from South Africa. Let's watch Superstar, the song he has with Diamond Platinums. I'll be right back. My name is Klepy. This is KC2. And of course, you're watching Beats and Sounds.